I am Slick Nick, the living legend of hair loss, your personal hairline hero, and let's face it, the face of the franchise of hair loss. So let's get down to business. Let's talk about something that you and I have in common. We both love Cobra Kai on Netflix. I'm now halfway through it. I've seen the first season and I'm going to try to binge through the second season this weekend. And love the show. I grew up with those movies. My dad actually did martial arts. He was a black belt. He competed in those tournaments just like you see on the show. So that's what I was exposed to. My dad wasn't into sports. He was into martial arts. And so yeah, I love that show. I love the fact they brought back the same actors and it's just such a good show. In the first season, there's the character who's now known as Hawk. You know, he's the boy that has the scar here that he was born with. And after a few classes, then he ends up deciding to get basically like a mohawk, and he shaves off the sides of his hair and starts putting this up like that. And it's interesting because you get to see his character develop and grow in confidence. And then he goes by the name of Hawk, and a total just character development in all of that. But it's funny because one of his friends even comments later on. He says, man, you shave off half of your hair and suddenly you become this really cool guy and things are actually working out for you now. So I want to talk about that because it's granted, it's very similar to the hairstyle I have. I mean, arguably at least half of my hair is shaved off. I had my last haircut a week ago when I had a #1 guard on the sides and the back. Half of my hair still exists, what's on top, but at least half of it's gone. And that's just the hairstyle I've been maintaining, you know, I guess since the summer. But it's interesting. The symbol, I guess, or the signal of confidence that is released when you shave your hair, whether it's all of it, which I keep saying, if you're worried about hair loss, you need to shave your head. You need to get a pair of clippers, #3 guard, 2 guard, 1 guard, 0 guard. Get rid of that, because it's not about having the right head shape. It's about being the kind of guy that would be confident enough to be able to shave off all of his hair or even half of his hair. It's edgy, it's cool, and don't forget that on my list of 10 things that people actually judge you on, which notice how hair is not on this list. #1, confident. Confidence sells, especially for men. It was funny. Yesterday I was talking to work with a female. One of my coworkers is a female, and I was talking about how, as far as coworkers go, when a man is indecisive, it's just very unappealing because it is in a man's DNA, or it should be, that he's decisive. So that's another thing too, is that this is a very decisive haircut. You're being decisive, you're actually being committed. That's another one on my list. And you're confident. But anyway, my coworker was saying, she's like, one of the reasons there's so many single women now is because so many men are indecisive. They're not confident, they won't make decisions, and they don't believe in themselves. They're wishy-washy. I said, thank you for backing me up. I've been saying this for years ago when I created that list. So there you go. Maybe part of what you need to do is shave off half of your hair. Have a pompadour undercut like me. 2.5 inches on top. This is now a #2 on the sides and the back. Maybe that's the first step, in addition to getting rid of the porn. Now, I'm not making a religious issue out of this. This is a psychological issue. You expose yourself to pornography on a daily basis, or at all, it's ultimately the same as allowing yourself to be exposed to being sexually assaulted, because your brain is being assaulted and you're allowing that to happen. And it's really holding you back. And it's really hurting your confidence, which goes back to my list. Confidence is #1. How can you be a confident person, which therefore makes you attractive, if you're not confident because you're addicted to porn? Yes, there's a connection. I'm not making a religious case out of this, so don't go down that road. I'm talking about psychology. So, you know what to do. Click the video. You can learn the 5 ways to predict if you'll go bald, plus those 10 things that I just was talking about. Shave off all your hair. Shave off half your hair. Be confident, be decisive, and therefore be attractive. Your comments are right here.